Hi YouTube, how are you doing? And welcome back to Phasmophobia. Today we're gonna put our knowledge to the test because we are gonna be doing a no evidence challenge. Now I have personally been struggling recently to remind myself that, oh yeah, there's a few new ghosts that have been added to Phasmophobia, and I've been constantly getting trolled where I like end the game being really confident that it's gonna be one ghost, and then surprise, it's actually an Obambo, because especially Obambo and sometimes a Galu can be very sneaky and can throw you off completely, and they're easy to forget because they've only been in the game for a little bit of time. Now we're going to be doing no evidence, so we're not going to get any of the regular evidence, and we're going to have to pay purely attention to the hidden traits and special abilities that they have, and we'll focus extra hard on figuring out the new ghosts today. I hope you enjoy. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it, but let's not waste any more time. Let's hop into the game. Let's go. Let's see what we get on the wheel. What are the settings? Settings are no evidence. Besides that, regular nightmare mode settings, so just copy the nightmare mode. Only change being that we turn on the screens. So we turn on both of the screens because I think these have very useful information sometimes for specific ghosts. That is also just fun information to see. And gives you a little bit to go off of, because we're not going to be able to use any of these things. The only exception, of course, is that we can get mimic orbs, and that we're still going to use the thermo to identify the exact ghost room, because it's very important to know early on what the ghost room is, so that you can identify whether or not it has changed ghost room, because if it changes ghost room, you know that we're gonna be not dealing with a Onryo, which is usually a very, very annoying ghost. Does the breaker doesn't start on, so we need to turn that on immediately. We might want to change that in the settings, to be honest, because that does make this a lot harder, because if you saw when we were doing the intro, I don't know if it was shown, but we are only level 19 right now, so we only have the tier 1 items, which is going to make it even more likely for us to get trolled by some of the new ghosts out there. So we'll try our best not to have that happen. First thing, of course, is always going to be to find the ghost room. Now, we could try to do something sneaky with like a paramic here or something. Maybe we get like a sneaky early Banshee scream. That would be sick. Now, I do this different every now and then. Currently, today, I'm in the mood for a proper no evidence investigation, so we're gonna start off with having sanity like it's a normal round, finding the ghost room, identifying some traits, and then we're gonna do some hunts as well. Whereas you could also just start immediately with getting hunts, because there's a lot of things you can figure out during the hunt. Is that a mouse? Rat? Rats? Tanglewood's got rats. Oh, we got hiding spot, look at that. You can now immediately see whether or not the hiding spot's going to be available, because it will be locked. Okay. Ghost in the grandma room, it seems, or the bathroom. What's that in here? The gnome just talked to me, bro! Did you hear that? He said something about sunshine. What the fuck? No way! From outside. Holy shit. That's the first time I've heard it myself, because when we were playing with CJ and Psycho, I think it did it once, but I wasn't really able to hear it properly. That's crazy. Let's see. It should be in this room then, or is it in the neighboring room? Can you give us a sign? Yo, that's fucking sick. Okay, so you can see it's hovering around 15 degrees, which seemingly is not going to be the ghost room. So I think it's going to be bathroom then, which makes it very... Oh, there's soap on the ground. I'm hearing drippy sounds. Yep, it's going down here. Okay, that suddenly gives like a little piece of evidence for potential twins, because that's a really far away item. The gnome. And twins will interact with things from much further away. We're gonna put the gnome in the bathroom now, which I can't believe CJ did this. That he made the bottom of the gnome not flat, so the fucking gnome sticks out when you place it on the ground. It's pissing me off. What a troll. Let's see. Okay, we're not getting into... Also, this is disgusting, by the way, the fucking... carpet on the toilet thing. Are you kidding me, man? Okay, we're gonna grab some other stuff here. We have salt already. We'll place that when we get the camera because I want to take a video of it. I mean, it's only the toilet lid. It's not the... If it was the thing, the seats, that would be absolutely diabolical. Let's get this as well. So we only have tier 1 crucifixes right now, which is really not great for doing like demon tests and stuff. But luckily throughout this, we should be able to level up pretty fast because we're going to get big rewards because it's like a 7+ type times multiplier. Turned off the lights. I'm gonna turn on that candle, place it right there, and then we're gonna... So I want to have the door kind of be like at this angle so we can figure out if it's a Uray or not. We want to kind of do that with every door that's available to us, which includes the unlocked hiding spots. This one, for example, I can't do that. Okay, so I need to first of all check for orbs, which would be Mimic. Mimic would have orbs. I'm not seeing orbs. It's throwing stuff back here. I think it threw the duck painting. Interesting. Let's place the salt. It's like... Is it in here right now? Because it was... Fire extinguish. Okay, 1 fire extinguish. You need to count these. It also threw something kind of at the same time. Very much twin stuff happening right now. Which, that is why I love to play... I mean, I like to play No Evidence, No Sanity too, but I really enjoy... Yo! Did that... Now, you can see... This is very important. It disappeared right as we finished the video.
Hey, don't forget to knock.
What? Hey, you, don't forget the duck? What the fuck? Bro, we're getting gnome action today. Are you kidding me, man? That's 2 times already. What the fuck? Oh, knock. I thought you said don't forget the duck. Don't forget the duck, guys. Don't forget the knock. Oh. Door moved, and with door they mean toilet lid, I'm pretty sure. Why is it not stepping in the salt, though? That's kind of weird. Okay, but I was just about to explain. I'm gonna grab some more salt. I was just about to explain that if you get a ghost to disappear right as you finish the video, you might be inclined to think, wait a minute, this should be... yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Wraith, maybe. This should be a phantom, because phantoms will disappear when you finish a photo or a video. However, you can know for sure that it's not a phantom. If you look in the book and you see the video, it will have... This is actually kind of cheating, by the way. This is just the final frame, I think, multiplied 4 times. It's not actually a video. Anyway, sorry to burst your bubble. But... if it has the ghost in it, you know it's not going to be a phantom, because otherwise there would be nothing here. Same thing with the photos. It would be an empty photo that would still say ghost. That's how you would know it's a phantom, but since we can see it here, it's not going to be it. I mean, it's actually like a phantom or a wraith. I mean, buddy. That's kind of surprising because it was touching stuff all over the place, but yeah, there's no way, unless you're just not in this room anymore. Yeah, the good point, we can use the motion sensor to guarantee that it's walking on the salt. Which we have 4 tier 1 motion sensors, look at us go. And how are we doing in terms of objectives? We need to do cleanse. You know what, we'll take 1 then and we'll do the cleanse. Wraith would be believer win. Holy fuck. I mean, wait. It was lit up for so long. I'm just gonna smudge the ghost. We got the cleanse. It's stepping on the motion sensor, but it's not stepping in the salt. It's actually straight up a Wraith. I mean, it's also, this also confirms that it's in this room, and it could not possibly be in this room unless it steps in any of this fucking salt, unless it's doing twister crazy moves hanging on the fucking ceiling, which unfortunately is not in the game yet. Who knows? Maybe we'll see it eventually. Now we did get a ghost video, which is kind of neat, but we obviously didn't get that many photos and stuff. But we're gonna get out of here because we want to see the believer payout right here. Plus, main thing you want to do when you want to get paid a lot is doing the objectives, because the objectives are relatively easy to complete most of the time, and they give you a big kind of like double payout. Especially when you're doing a challenge that has a high difficulty modifier. So yeah, Wraith is probably the most classic no evidence ghost. It will not step in the salt ever. So if you place salt all over the ghost room and you still don't get the ghost to step in the salt, you should be like, okay, this is probably a Wraith. However, this is immediately where a sneaky ghost makes its entrance, which is Galu. Galu can fake looking like a Wraith. This is actually a very interesting thing. And Galu and Obambo both have very overlapping abilities that make it seem like a bunch of different ghosts, which is why it gets trolled by them so often. So Galu will step in salt. It will, if it steps in either salt, gets smudged, or uses a crucifix, it will become enraged. After that happens, it will not step in the salt again until the hunt starts. So that means that if you, for example, smudge a ghost immediately, it will then just never step in salt. So then if you get a ghost event and it walks through a bunch of salt and you don't see it be stepped in, you're like, wait a minute, this gotta be a Wraith. It's not stepping in the salt. You gotta keep in mind, did I smudge it? Did it use a crucifix? Did it, or if it stepped in one tiny salt in the corner somewhere, it will then step in that one only and not step in any of the other salt, but still walk all over it. So it's really important to pay attention to that. If you've used a crucifix, a smudge, or it stepped in one salt already, you know that it is a Galu instead, which is a perfect example of how you can get trolled by these new ghosts. They're very sneaky. All right, we get a bunch of good unlocks, the photo. Plus, as we know, we got a believer win, so let's see this payout. Mamma mia, that's a good one. Holy shit, 18% was believers. 1.4 million payout right there. Very clean. 10 million points go to the believers. Insane stuff. That was a 4-spin win right there, because we did the weekly as well. Well, very nice. We're gonna reset the wheel and try to get another one. Let's do it. Can we get another one, guys? Yeah, you can make the Galu very mad. Galu is actually sneaky ghost. Obambo, though, is the one that really trolls me a lot of the time. Obambo is the sneakiest MFer out there, which, by the way, look at this payout right here. We get almost 3,000 for a pretty darn quick game. We leveled up from... Oh, no, we did do the weekly just now, so we got at least, like, 1, maybe 2 levels from that alone. Plus, we unlocked the upgraded video cam, or photo cam, right? So we should unlock that, because getting the upgraded photo cam probably doesn't justify the price increase, but you get a little bit extra from taking photos. Plus, it's going to make photos a lot less, taking photos a lot less annoying, because you can take them much faster. Instead of having to wait for the cooldown of the photo for fucking ever. Very annoying. Let's see what we got here. We have Ellen Lavender, parabolic microphone, photo of the ghost, and low sanity. Okay. We got snow weather right now because it's already cold in the truck. We're gonna start with a paramic, I guess, if we want to get this to work. Plus, we should turn on, yeah, dev name, Lavender. Gonna be a crazy ghost. Now, there is a thing you can do immediately. See a bone right there. Hello. If you get a ghost that is considered by the game to be male only, you can rule out Banshee and Diane immediately, because those ghosts can only show up if it's a female ghost model. Now, in this case, we can't do that, of course. Unlucky, we only have the tier 1 paramic, so this only works on the same floor. Which is kind of stinky, of course. We do also have a cursed possession, so we can check what that is. Wait, it's not a voodoo doll. Maybe it's gonna be... It's a monkey paw. I'm pretty sure in the game, every single name, even like gender ambiguous names, are considered only one, like only female, only male. For example, like Alex or something. I think Alex is only male or only female in the game. Oh, excuse me! Even though it can be both, of course. So you can, oh, it might be in either categories. I'm pretty sure there's a list on the wiki if you really care about it, but it doesn't really matter much. We have a basement ghost. Plus, I did not turn on this light, which is amazing because that means we can rule out a mare. Because mare can never turn on any light. Oh, it's the opposite way around. Alex is only male, but it can also be female, of course. AKA totally spies. Come on now. Are you kidding me here? Uncultured. So that's good. That's really useful, being able to rule out mare immediately. Because mare can be one of the ghosts that you're left with at the very end. If you've already ruled out like every other ghost based on abilities, based on hunting abilities, you can still be left with a mare sometimes. So very useful. Anyway, these are like the type of things that definitely should be in your repertoire in general. Even if you're playing normally, if you just get the ghost to turn on a light, always just have that be like a click. Oh, can't be a mare. Same with if it steps in assault. Oh, can't be a wraith. If you get an airball, oh, can't be an oni. Like these type of little bits of knowledge can be extremely useful to like rule out a few ghosts, which can often save you lots of time. It can save you situations where you would either have to do a hunt to confirm that it's a specific ghost, or you can just know it can't be a mare. What the fuck? Excuse me. Why are you up there, man? Crazy. Also, I love how the stairs has no fucking light whatsoever. So you're just supposed to stumble up the stairs in complete darkness. Thank you, CJ. Very cool. They'll probably fix that when they do the rework, huh? Who knows? Yeah, we need to... So, in this area... What the fuck? I don't think it was hunting, right? Spooky as fuck. In that area, you have 3 ghost rooms, so we need to confirm which one of the rooms is actually the ghost room, which Squawk and others, thank you so much for the subbies. Thank you. We're gonna grab this, therefore. And I guess we already did... We need photo of the ghost. We'll grab the audio. And I guess smudgy, or maybe just a candle. We'll see how this goes. Bit of a spooky ghost. Yeah, if it's the hallway, it's like the worst room. You want it to be in one of the storage rooms if possible, but you can't really do anything about that, of course. I don't think that was airball, right? I don't think we got airball. Did it break the lights just now? It did not. Very nice. Let's see what room it is in before we start lighting this candle. Okay, so you can see the temperature still going down here. Even though the breaker's been on. So yeah, it's gonna be in this hallway, which is very unfortunate for our poor tier 1 crucifix that's not gonna be able to do fucking anything. Unless this is a demon, in which case it will probably still work. I'm gonna place that right there. Now we did do the paramic, which is very neat. Let's look for orbs. Maybe we get luck. Imagine we get a lucky mimic win after we had the other win as well. You can see, oh no, I turned on this light, right? I'm pretty sure I did that. Can you give me a sign? Ooh. Object thrown. I don't see any Orbeez. Now, it can't be freezing, but you just want to keep an eye on this to see if it, like, suddenly goes up a bunch. Then you know the ghost has changed ghost room. Which is why it's important to identify... You want to preferably have the tier 2 or the tier 3. That makes it much easier. But if you only have the tier 1, just make sure to, like, put it in the room for a while. And then if it's very cold, you can be like, okay, it's probably this hallway. And then if it changes, you can rule out Goryo. It's important to keep an eye on that. Can you give us a sign? Chef Boyardee, thank you for the 5. It's not talking. on the thingy. That's fine. Now we could try to grab another crucifix. Honestly, I feel like this is gonna be so unlikely to do anything. We're gonna place salt right here to like make sure that if it does a hunt, we can get it. It will step in the salt. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be like, we're gonna have to use a cursed possession here. Oh. It just popped the lights, you fucker! Come on! Wait, are you walking through the salt now? Weren't you on the stairs there? This ghost is going insane. Hello? Hello? I would like a photo of the ghost. Can you do every time I try to leave, you do a ghost event immediately. Oh. Excuse me? I accidentally lit a lighter. It just... It did the candle and then it turned on the light switch. So yeah, we saw it turn on a light switch right there. I mean, we already knew that it turned on the light switch before, but anyway. Just gonna turn it on that way. There we go. Can you give us a sign? It blew out the light switch while I was in the room, which means it can't be a shade unless it was standing over there in that room, which would be insanely sneaky. Unlikely that's gonna blow out the candle 3 times though before it burns out completely. Because these only last like 2 minutes, I think. Or maybe. It actually might be like 5 minutes, because they buffed them a while ago. They used to be shorter. You threw a hammer in my face, what the fuck? Oh! It stepped in the salt. Hopefully that worked. It did work, it did work. Okay, I did not get the ghost video, unfortunately, because the thing, like, it was full, like, almost all the way, and then it just canceled. It blew out the candle again somehow. Okay. Wait, maybe we can actually do it. I want to have to keep this door. Oh. Bro, this shit is so busted. Fuck the tier 1, man. What the fuck? I started recording and it instantly canceled the recording, and then I tried again, but it was already over. Very nice. Thank you very much. Okay, that worked at least. Can get a photo of that too. So it used a crucifix somehow on top of the candle, so it's not an Onryo. Now I'm suddenly thinking it could be a demon as well, because it's so unlikely that it uses the candle. But who knows? Maybe it just did that. Yeah, it's not a phantom, because we got the ghost and it didn't disappear at all. So no phantom. And it stepped in the salt, so not a wraith. Now it stepped in both of the salt at the exact same time. So you can't rule out Galu. Galu steps in one salt, and then like after a few seconds, it will not step. It will be properly enraged and not step in any other salt. But if it steps in it like immediately, then you know, like if it steps in it right back to back, you can't rule out Galu that way. Okay, so we got a hunt at 40, so we know it's not a Dio. Dio will only hunt below 40% sanity, and Revenant or Shade will only hunt below 35% sanity. So both of those are off the table. And then I guess we're just gonna get a hunt now. I think that's fine. Happy birthday, Grazier. Let's see. We have no mimic because we didn't see orbs, most likely. Now we can rule out a ton of stuff during the hunt. I don't think we saw an airball. I'm thinking if there's any other thing we can already rule out right now. Don't really think so. I think we're just gonna need a hunt right here. Can you do something? Can you give us a sign? We got 2 smudgies for safety. The lights got exploded by the ghosts a while ago. Now we only need 1 more video and 1 more. Almost speed. I'm gonna test for yokai here. Well, I guess I could just test. It's a crawly ghost though, right? Not coming out of the basement. Get out of the basement! Come on. Get out of there, man! It's stuck. It's stuck in the basement, you fucker. Okay, this is a really nice way to test for yokai. If you're just behind this door. If it starts like walking back and forth between the garage and the basement area over there, it's gonna not be a yokai. Or that means it's a yokai, because if you have your equipment on at least. Because any other ghost would immediately detect that you're in there and then go towards you. I guess we're gonna just have to try again. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Ghost does not want to leave the basement. You could try to, you know what, we'll leave 1 smudge here and we'll try to quickly grab the audio equipment and the video kit. Or not! Or none of that. A smudged at 840. Oh! Jinn? That seemed like it was very likely Jinn behavior, but it was all extremely scuffed because of the situation that we got hunted in. So what I think we should just do... This is gonna be kind of stupid, but I want to do it. So since we smudged the ghost, it's not gonna hunt again for a little bit. But what you can do is use the cursed possession to make the ghost hunt. So what we could do is... I wish to see the ghost. And now I'm gonna be blinded, so that will be annoying. But it's gonna hunt. And we're gonna be able to hear it. Bit scary. Definitely faster, definitely faster. Turn off your flashlight. Okay, so as soon as it got in line of sight, it got super fast stompies, which is like an exact Jinn ability. So when it's like far away from you, it'll be really fast, and then when it gets closer, you even heard that in the garage in that previous hunt, when it got closer, it slowed down a little bit. So it should just be a Jinn. Now I am completely blinded. Unlike the I wish for knowledge wish, this only, yeah, it will only last as long as the hunt is. So you can then keep playing. But I still hate doing that ability. It's so annoying because you can't fucking see anything during the hunt, which is extremely dangerous. I guess it works better during multiplayer. Now, I wish for knowledge. Oh, you gotta time it better. I wish for knowledge. Ah! I wish for knowledge. There we go. I'm cheesing it so we don't get hunted. We'll rule out 1 evidence, by the way, which is kind of a neat thing you can do with the monkey paw, even when you're doing no evidence, which obviously Jinn's still on there as an option. But for example, if we were thinking maybe this is an Obambo, because maybe it miraculously sped up, turned into the fast version of Obambo exactly at the time that it also gained line of sight with us. And we thought, and it ends up being an Obambo, we would now know that that's not the case. Which that is such a sneaky part of Obambo that it will either be fast or it'll be slow. But it can also swap between this during a hunt at some very weird times, so you might get trolled. Obambo definitely messes me up quite a lot with me thinking that it's gonna be like the twins, because sometimes Obambo can be slow, sometimes it can be fast. Alright, well that was a pretty clean one. We also got quite a lot of media right there, which also all gets multiplied, and we got all of the objectives once again. Big fat 3,300, another 2 levels off of that in 15 minutes. Really not too shabby at all. 1 ability use, so it drained our sanity, which I didn't even really notice, to be honest. And then 6 ghost events. It did quite a few ghost events. All right, we're gonna go to the next one. Let's go to Ridgeview Port House. Did not unlock anything new, right? You cannot wish for knowledge. You can only do each wish a single time. Yo, Anonymous, thank you for the 5 gifties. Thank you, thank you. Every wish can only be used once. Will it be immoral? Including the I wish for knowledge. Rainy time. No blood moon time, though, unfortunately. That would have been sick. All right, we got Carol Carey. Video, 3 unique videos, and witnessing a ghost event. All right, we're going to start with the video cam then, since it seems like that's what the game wants me to do right now. Epic Josh, thank you for the gift of membership on YouTube. Yeah, the heavy rain can mean it's a blood moon. Not this time, though. Hello, ghost. Turn on the breaker right away. Gonna check this first. Oh, I hear a fork being thrown from the kitchen, or from the dining table, or the kitchen island. Did you hear that? See if any fork is missing. Fork is missing from that here plate, and it is instead on the floor right there. We have found the ghost. It should be in this area. Now it could be living room, foyer area, or dining room, or even kitchen. But at least it's down here, hopefully. Let's see if there's any orbs. Can you give me a sign? What we learned, by the way, while we were doing some weird looping, is that this looping spot here is actually completely broken. The ghost cannot... You can loop around this chair here. The ghost cannot go past this spot here. So if you just sit right here, you can ping pong the ghost back and forth between this chair forever. It's very weird. They'll fix it eventually, probably, when they rework the map. I would think so. Okay, let's see about where this is exactly. We also want this, salt. Handle for now. Let's see. Yeah, this room right here is actually also a separate room. This like invisible hallway here. It's a bit strange. So it is very cold, specifically in the dining, or it seems like it. Well, I guess dining room is the actual ghost room. You can see we're having cold breath while we're standing here. So I'm gonna place... Actually, I'm not gonna place a candle just yet because I'm leaving, because I'm gonna grab crucifix. That's actually... It's a very small room. The challenge mode is also no evidence, so it kind of fits today. But we're doing regular no evidence. I'm gonna grab a stinky tier 1 and a sound recorder. Smudge stick, I guess, to have already. And we'll see. Yeah, if you could wish for knowledge multiple times, that would be super OP, obviously. But you cannot do that. Okay, so we're gonna have 1 crucifix on the table. Candle on the table next to it. No audio right now. Can you give me a sign? Blinky lights. That doesn't mean anything, but blinky lights. It means the ghost is in the area. That's what it means. Full temperature still. You cannot wish for more wishes, unfortunately. It would be fun if that was like a special thing where it like caused a hunt to happen, but no. It doesn't do anything. Well, it might do something if it mishears you. Because sometimes it picks up something that you're not saying and it does something weird. Can you give me a sign? You're not really giving me any fucking sign. Now, we can turn off the light in the dining room to increase activity level slightly. Turn on the kitchen as well. Can you give me a sign? Could be like genuine shade behavior right now. Let's place the salt. Can you give me a sign, buddy? Oh. Gotta throw from the table. You don't have to check for fingerprints because you're not going to get any UV, obviously. So Obake fingerprints are not a thing in this, and Goryo dots are not a thing in this, of course. Alright, so it did step in the salt, so we know it's not a Wraith. Now, there has been enough time that has passed, so if it now steps in the other salt, we know it's not a Galu. If it never steps in the other salt, we might start thinking it's a Galu. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab more salt and just surround the table with salt so we can rule out the Galu. Because there's been enough time that's passed now. Double salt. We don't need the paramic, right? I'll just grab a motion sensor for the video. Because we needed 3 different videos, I think. If you wish for sanity while you have no sanity, you gain 50% sanity. The way that I stepped in the salt right there. The way that the I wish for sanity works is that you will set everybody's sanity to exactly 50%. Which the reason it does this is originally the wish was supposed to do something else. In the first iteration of the monkey paw before it was released to the public, there used to be a wish called I wish to start again, which the idea of the wish was that it randomizes the ghost room and it also sets your sanity back to 100. Now, obviously, this was wildly overpowered because setting everyone's sanity back to 100 with a wish, with the only cost being that the ghost changes ghost room, is crazy OP, especially in multiplayer. So while they were testing, they realized it was super broken. So they changed it to instead set your sanity to 50. I wish they would have set it. It would have been really cool if they set it to like 55 or 60% instead of 50. Like, it's a bit of a shame it sets it at 50 because it's completely useless. I mean, I guess it's a nice way to make the ghost hunt, I guess. But in terms of like gaining sanity, it does nothing. Like, they might as well just, it doesn't do anything because 50% sanity, it immediately starts hunting again. Plus, there's an additional benefit or additional effect is that the ghost or that your sanity also drains a little faster. As well from that moment onwards. So yeah, you're basically gonna be instantly back to below 50%. Okay, so we got one candle blowout right there. Plus we got one audio, paranormal laughing. We got all the videos, but we do need to get a video of the ghost itself. Can you give us a sign? Ooh, knock on the window right there. Interesting. Which we can also do is grab a EMF because we can take a photo of the EMF even when it's not EMF 5, of course. Which it's much harder to do a perfect game when you're doing no evidence because some of the like a lot of the photos you can take are related to the evidence, and obviously we're not going to get any of those. Shade. I mean, it blew out the candle while we were in the room as well, so. Oh. Did I get that? I did. Photo cam. Nice. Okay, so that was the second blowout, I think. So hopefully we're gonna get the third blowout right here. Can you give me a sign? By the way, you see that? You can see that the laser actually physically stops when you walk into it, and the same counts for when the ghost is standing still on the motion sensor. It'll also stop the laser at where the ghost is, which is kind of a neat little interaction. It doesn't usually do that if you walk through it really fast. Like, it won't. It still stops, but I don't think it does that for the ghost. Anyway. Yeah, it's definitely not a Galu. It just blew out the candle. Or did it not? No, we have an EMF. Very important right there. Because the candle just went off, but the EMF is not going off. Because the candle actually burned out. Which doesn't count for the Onryo, of course. So we need to place another candle in there. Keep testing for the Onryo right here. Crazy heavy rain right now. Yo, Brick Miller, thank you for the param. Alright, got another one for you. Can you give me a sign? I would love a ghost event. We don't know our cursed possession, right? If it's a music box, that will be amazing. Can you give us a sign? Can you show yourself? Can you do something? Can you touch a door? Excuse me. What was that? You touched this door right here? Strange behavior. Buddy. Maybe you changed ghost room, let's see. 5 degrees, kind of going up a little bit. Could have moved. I'm gonna check around real quick to see what the cursed item is. Although, we also want to be here for the 3rd blowout to see if it's gonna use the crucifix immediately. So maybe we would want to stick around for just a second. Yeah, you're being like a nothing right now. Oh! What the fuck? Never mind. It used the piano over here. Wait, maybe it did change ghost room. Hey, I'm glad to hear Bimson. No big deal. Are they? Aha! I think we have a changed ghost room situation, which is big, because that means no Onryo. Oh, Onryo, which is very useful for us, because that goes stinky. Gonna place crucifix now. I wonder if it's gonna be here in the garage already. It seems to be somewhat cold here. We don't have a voodoo. Don't have that thing. Let's check if we have a music box or monkey paw again, I guess. Music box would be great. No music box, unfortunately. No monkey paw, so it's gonna be summoning circle? I think, or if it's tarot cards and I didn't check. That's gotta be summoning circle. Down here. There we go. Okay, now we need to use our sanity pills for that, but that's fine. You're not really doing very much, brother. Maybe you are in here. No, this is strange stuff. It's cold breath in here. Okay, so it's definitely in this room. I just need you to blow out the candle, brother. Can you give me a sign? Let's see. Any audio? No audio. This is a very sneaky ghost. I'm starting to wonder if it's actually a shade and it just walked, because there's so many rooms close together here. What can easily happen is that the ghost walks into, like, this is considered to be a separate room, whereas like there's an invisible line here somewhere here that divides the dining and the foyer from each other. Should hold on to a smudge. Actually, should probably just put this here, to be honest. Hold on to a smudge. Can you give me a sign? Through a plate now over there. Okay, what? Strange. I have a feeling we're gonna need a hunt for this one, so let's try and maximize all of our stuff from that. We're gonna bring over the... Don't help me right now. Photo and video cam. Yeah, I'm putting the doors half open for the Ure, because the Ure would only ever fully close or open a door when it touches it, never like leave it halfway somewhere. But you can only notice that if you leave it halfway yourself, because otherwise, if it's already open and it touches it, like how do you know if it was fully opened or what happened? We don't know. Okay, no hunt. It might just be a Dio or something, or I mean, actually, shade is highly likely now. That's very suspicious. Honestly, I kind of want to stick around a little bit longer than not use the summoning circle just yet. Because the fact that it's still not hunting, it's kind of crazy. It just went out by itself. Can you give me a sign? Temperature's up again. It's roaming like so much right now. the fuck? I would like a video during the hunt, I guess. I mean, any second now it could hunt even if it is a shade. It's heavy, heavy shade energy. No, very low activity. Blowing, so this is where it's really, like, knowing too much can be a trap. So if you know, so there's important information about the shade. It can never blow out a candle if you're in the room with the shade. And it can never write in the book... Airball ghost event. It can never write in the book if you're in the same room with the ghost. Very important little bit of little semantic there is in the same room with the ghost. Because if you are in the room with the candle is not the same as being in the room with the ghost. Because the ghost could be in another room, but still in range of the candle and then blow out the candle from the other room, so it's technically not in the room with you, which is stupid. It should just test. I don't understand. I mean, it's kind of, these kind of things are, I guess, they are the type of nuance that I personally find enjoyment in, like, questioning myself about. But if they wanted to program it better, they should just make it so that the shade will test whether or not the candle is in the room with you, instead of testing whether or not the ghost is in the room with you, you know? Because if it's not, if the candle is in the room with you, then just don't blow it out, you know? That would just make it very clear. But I kind of like that it's that way, because it means you can get, like, super trolled by a shade. Such as right here, where we were in the same room with the ghost. It blew out the candle 2 times, but clearly it's not fucking hunting right now. Even though we're at like 30% sanity, because it's a shade and it can't hunt when you're in the same room with it. Which, once again, same room, if it hunts from like outside of the room, it can still hunt like close to you if it's in a separate room. Yeah, you can see we're at 25% sanity, no hunts, which, very important, shades can seem like spirits. If you smudge the ghost, like if you get a hunt, you smudge the ghost, and then you count for 3 minutes to see if it doesn't hunt for 3 minutes. If you're in the room with the ghost and it's a shade, it will seem like it's a spirit, because the shade is also not gonna hunt for 3 minutes because you're in the ghost room with it, you know? So you need to, like, if you want to make sure that you're not getting fooled by a shade, you should be like at 0% sanity, smudge the ghost, and then go far away from the ghost room so the shade shouldn't be trolled by it. We're also getting only airball ghost events, by the way, which is another, like, the shade is more likely to do airball and translucent ghost events. So if you're getting a ton of airballs, even if you're, like, you feel like you're getting too many ghost events, it can actually still be an... Oh. You see? Different room. It hunted in a separate room, which, let's smudge it, by the way, so we can do this. Is this actually going to be possible? It's probably a bad idea. I was going to loop it around that chair, but with a crawling ghost, it doesn't really work, and then I'm just going to die to a shade. So you saw that where it hunted was at the door, which is considered to be a separate room from the diner. So, yeah, I mean, shade seems completely certain right now. It's just baffling that we got not hunted for that long in any other situation. So yeah, if you get a lot of ghost events that are airball, you should actually consider that to be a pretty big giveaway that it might be a shade, even though you're getting lots of ghost events, because most other ghosts wouldn't be spamming too many airballs, whereas shade really loves doing the airballs. There you go, a very classic example of a shade that we even obviously figured out before the hunt even started, because the hunt never started. Basically, it was just unlocked for really, really long. We get the tier 2 thermo, video cam, and dots. Those are some good upgrades at level 27. Good lord, we're gonna immediately take those. Also, we could... Well, let's see. Let's do it in order of importance for right now. Thermo is extremely important. Video cam, very useful as well. And those are the main ones we're going to use right now. And then I'll still just unlock the tier 2 dots, I think is really nice. And then both of these are actually really nice, but I can only afford one right now. But we'll get more money. We'll get the Spirit box, sure. It doesn't matter for no evidence, obviously, so we're not really worried about it. I'm gonna add these, though. Video cam, very neat. And we're going to head back in. Let's spin the wheel. What do we get? The twins. All right, that would be a nice ghost. I really like the twins and how specific their behavior is. We're gonna go to, let's keep it, we're really trying to focus on the ghost, so we're not gonna try and like, if we go to something like Nell's Diner, Grafton, and Point Hope, these maps are, well, these two are fun. Don't put Point Hope in that list. They're fun to play on, but they're so significantly different that if you want to like really practice with the ghost behavior, I personally always recommend just sticking to these 4 maps: Tanglewood, Edgefield, Ridgeview, Willow, because these are such vanilla maps that the map itself is not going to introduce weirdness to the situation. For example, Nell's Diner has a lot of problems where if you have a ghost in one area, it interacts in a big range around the area and can really confuse you as to what's the actual ghost room, which can lead you to think a lot of ghosts are twins when they're actually not. Grafton has a lot of like darkness and really tough like trying to figure out things during a hunt because it is so dark. That makes it kind of annoying. Point Hope, kind of same story, where if you want to figure out things during a hunt, first of all, finding the ghost is really annoying, and then getting it to follow you downstairs is an absolute hell, so that's also not the case in like the other maps. I mean, they're big maps, so you're not going to be spending that much time with the ghost, so we're going to go back to Tanglewood right now to keep it tight and vanilla so we can really focus on those ghost behaviors. Yo, look at the sunrise. Very nice. Alright, what do we got? Sound recorder this time. Okay. We'll still start with the tier 2. And the tier 2 thermo. Look at that. Very nice. You love Willow. Yeah, I mean, prison, like, I don't mind the bigger maps. And I don't mind Grafton and Nell's Diner. But specifically, if you want to keep it... They introduce a lot of variety and weirdness that is fun to play with, but if your whole point is to... The fuck? Your whole... Brother? If you're really trying to identify ghost behaviors, you're better off just going to the simple maps. This is probably a Yurei. Yeah, so the iron just goes off when the breaker turns off sometimes. I don't know. So these doors, unless I'm mistaken here, yeah. So even with it doesn't matter what your setting is. So there's one specific setting in the custom difficulty, which is called like how many doors are open. I forget the exact phrasing, but how many doors start open. Which the reason this, you might be like, that's such a weird setting to have. The reason is that before that setting was introduced, a really effective way to find the ghost was because every door starts closed at first. If you saw any door that was opened, you knew immediately that the ghost did that, which I honestly thought was a really cool, neat thing that you could pay attention to, that you could learn. But because of the way the difficulties have changed now, is that a lot of doors have a random state, so they start like a little bit open, so you can't really see like, oh, this door is open, so the ghost must be there, which is a bit of a shame. However, there's exceptions to this. One of the exceptions is these type of doors. The doors in cupboards always start closed, no matter what your setting is. So, hello. I love this game. I love the sound recorder. Very cool. Thank you so much. Absolute fucking scam. I don't understand. Anyway, that's a CJ situation right there. Let's see if it's actually in this area. Dude, the tier 2 is gonna be so much better. Could be living room. It seems to be living room. Well, actually, somewhat colder here. Very sneaky. You can see it's roaming all around. Interesting. Okay. What I was trying to say is these doors always start closed. So that door got touched a single time by the ghost, and now it's fully open, which is a bit... I mean, it's possible that any ghost could do that, but the Yurei would definitely do that, so... It gives us 1 point in the... to think that it might be a Yurei. So we're gonna keep that in mind, and we're gonna keep investigating here, because, like, one of those pieces of evidence is not enough to meet. The fuck did you just touch? Is that good? Oh, did it touch this one just now? I think it touched that one. Or these? I don't know. Now it could also decide to just leave it closed, right? So don't get fooled if you hear it touch one of these and then it stays closed. That could also still be Yurei, because Yurei will just, when it touches a door, it will fully close or fully open a door. But if it's already fully open, it can still fully open it. And if it's already fully closed, it can still fully close it. Now that right there, even though the door closed in the end, I think it did close, the rate at which it did that was extremely slow. Did you see that? It went like a really slow creak until it finally closed. The Yurei will always close doors at the exact same, like, pretty fast speed. It will always do like something like that, where it like, it doesn't go like boom, but it goes at like a speed like that. Like a regular door opening speed, like how you would open the door in real life, basically. So if you ever see it go like really slow, it's not a Yurei. So this shouldn't be a Yurei. Although we did have some issues on like day 1 of the new Tanglewood with these doors and when it was a Yurei, but I mean, we're gonna find out now. But I don't think so. No, it should not be a Yurei. Even though we had... I mean, these are the type of things that I personally love so much about this game. Like, that whole, like... The whole puzzle aspect right there of seeing, like... Okay, all cabinet doors start closed. And it touched it once, and now it's fully open. That could be Yurei. And then you have, like, the Yurei in your mind. So you pay a lot of attention to doors. So then the next time you get a door touch, you try to confirm your theory or disprove your theory. And then when you figure it out either way, you move on to the next thing. It's like very neat about this game, the way it makes you think. All right, let's see if it's still in this area. 19 degrees. Okay, very annoying ghost right now. 21 degrees. We got a... Oh, we got mirror. That's beautiful. Let's see. Okay, it's in the... Hello, buddy. Fuck, I should have taken a photo. Garage, I think I should take... Is there a fridge in the garage, or is that just the kitchen? I'll take a sanity pill here. I think there's a fridge. If there's no fridge, then it's the kitchen. Let's see. It has a fridge in it now. Okay, there you go. It's new. So that's a bit of a weird ghost then. It was touching in such, or doing things in such a weird range. Aha, there it is. It was definitely this. Okay. Gonna try it that way, I guess. The garage fridge. Classic. Gonna see if it leaves that room. We need the audio recorder, right? Oh, I have this. Let's see how cold it is here. 11 degrees. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, we got salt? No, it's too late. Step in the other one. Thank you. Very cool. Now that, for example, is like just close enough where I personally wouldn't be comfortable to say that it's not a Galu. Once again, it fully closes the door. This is really trying to make us think that it's a Yurei. But I don't think so, because we saw that slow door touch. Unless the new doors on Tanglewood are like genuinely different for Yurei. Because in any other map, I would be like immediately certain that it's not a Yurei. But obviously, since this map is relatively new, There can always be some weird things that are different on it. Yeah, I'm gonna grab more salt to really rule out Galu for sure. Tanglewood doors are broken. I mean, we genuinely just have outright proof here if it is. I mean, unless they change the way the speed works, because it still fully opened or fully closed the door. It just did it at a speed that a regular Yurei would never do. I did take a pill, right? So my sanity is high because of that. We should grab more salt. And then I guess we could just do motion sensor. Yeah, interesting. 3-second delay. Yeah, I mean, that was exactly what I meant. Right there, it was like, it was very close together. It just turned on that light. We can rule out a mare. Turn on the light. Very nice. Okay, well, now it's definitely not a Galu. It stepped in that salt right there, so it's not a Wraith. Can I get that? No. It's not a Wraith and it's not a Galu. Useful. Put that there. Oh. So in this situation, that's interesting. Because when I placed it... Wait, why was it triggered there? I don't understand. It's triggered when it hits this for some reason. What the fuck? But then... Oh. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but anyway. Did I already do that, actually? Duplicate. Oopsie. I need to get the audio. You give me a sign? Okay. Please tell me that worked. Okay, finally it worked. Good lord. Excuse me, chill out, brother. No! You sucko! Okay, crazy ghost. Just trying to get a video here. I don't know if I have a hiding spot. Do I have this light turned on? I gotta be sure to turn on this light in case we need to do a loopy. Bit crazy right here. Airball? No, just light switch. Nice. I would like audio again. Would you blow out this candle, please? Give me a sign. We did get 2 recordings already, so we're good on the objective. Anyway, it's doing a few ghost events. I really would like to see it touch this door again. Oh. Blow the candle again. Okay. Why? Tell me why. Motion sensor. Do it again. Thank you. Wait, are we done with that? All but one. Ain't nothing but a banshee. Who knows? Repel will happen during a hunt. Do I have a smudgy here? Blinky lights over here. There we go. This thing. Blowing out. We're gonna put that right there. Oops. Grab it during a hunt. That was the 3rd blowout, I think, of the candle, and it did not use the crucifix. So... Should not be... Should not be an Onryo? You're being weird. Now, one thing very important, you might think, well, if it touches doors and it always opens and closes them, can't I just observe the ghost during a hunt to figure it out that way? No. So the Yurei's ability does not apply during a hunt. Oh, it's blowing out the candle again. So keep that in mind. I feel like it's hunting time at this point. Let me check my sanity, actually. See if we're in like a weird range that it should have already hunted. What are we at right now? We are still above 50, it looks like. 55, so demon is like pretty much entirely impossible. That should not happen. We can use the mirror to just drop us to 37 right here, which is anybody's range except shade, which would be highly unlikely. Alright, let's see it. I'm gonna try and take a video here. It did touch like in a big range, because it's also touching stuff over here. I touched this painting. Is it actually just twins? I'm gonna listen first. See if it's gonna be twins. Because I'm kind of sus. Kind of sus right now. Because it did like interactions all over the building. Oh, it used a crucifix. Fuck. Nice. Video of that. Hey. Relax. Did you use both of the crucifixes? Oh wow, that's literally my first fucking thing. No way. Did I get that? Did that count? It did. Mirror. And then bone. Did not get bone yet, right? Bone in the basement. Bone over here. Not the right type of bone, unfortunately. Normal speed. Not a Miley. Okay. By the way, probably better off closing this door before you go in here, because if it sees you going in there, then it's gonna try and kill you. Was not twins, unfortunately. You're being really annoying. I really wonder if this is gonna be your area or not. That's gonna like definitively showcase if these doors are weird or not. I mean, I guess if it's not a Ure, we don't really learn much, but if this is a Ure, it's gonna be very strange. Because, like, you see, all these doors are fully... Because this is actually fully open, I think. Yeah. Sounds completely normal. Sorry, I made a bunch of noise. It's not a yokai, by the way. Shut up! Ah, I was too close, even, or too short to hear it. Is it actually in the basement, the bone? Cause like... There's things... Wait, what the fuck? Well, I just picked it up without remembering. Don't think so. Maybe I didn't check in one room properly. Hey! Are you fucking kidding me, man? You can see it just fine, bro. Stupid. I hate that you... So the way that the mist photo works is that if you don't... Basically, the photo only works if you take it from directly in front of the mist, which is stupid because the mist doesn't have a front. But you can, like, envision if there was a ghost walking here, what direction would it be facing? And if it's not facing directly at you, it's not gonna count the photo. Because if it's like if it goes around something, it's technically pointed away from you. So the photo's not gonna work. Which, by the way, when you do a ghost photo, it totally works fine if you take it from the side, obviously. But for some reason, for the mist, it's just broken like that. So yeah, you have to be waiting until it points directly towards you. But that's stupid as fuck, obviously. But anyway, it is what it is. My goodness. Holy fuck. Alright, well I smudged immediately. Okay, it's totally normal speed. I'm actually starting to believe we should rule out a lot of ghosts here. So, I don't know. The smudge there was completely panicked, so I don't have a proper timer on it. So I don't know. Was it in this? I'm just so confused that the bone doesn't show anywhere. So this is another situation where it's gonna fail because it was technically already done. So even though you can once again see it there, when it touches you, it will slowly dissipate, but it will instantly disable the ability to take a photo. So as soon as you start hearing the sound, taking a photo is not gonna work anymore. Now the question is that gonna work? Is that gonna be a ghost photo, or am I gonna get triple fucked by this ghost? Let's see. Okay, but when it's a ghost, if you see the little fucking pinky toe, it counts at least. So the missed ghost event is just entirely fucked, but at least the regular ghost events are a lot less buggy than they used to be back in the time. Anyway, very stupid. Let's grab these guys right here. So yeah, I mean, just one more photo and we got like the beautiful, perfect game here. Kind of want to see if I can just get an EMF photo or something. I was gonna get it. I guess I still need the bone photo. Well, yeah, I still need the bone. So we don't really care about this. Because without the bone, it's not gonna be a perfect game anyway. Let's see. Nursery behind the bed. Sneaky, sneaky. What are we thinking? Bathroom? This is my first hard to find bone on the new Tanglewood, so I'm trying to... I want to actually, like, find it so we know where a bone could be if it's very sneaky. Could it be, like, inside of the curtains or something? I'm wondering. Turn off the breaker. Hey. Yeah, I should actually, like, step out and rule out all of the ghosts. You know what? We'll just sit in this locker real quick. So we know a lot of ghosts. It can't be a die-in because it's just normal speed. So we can rule out all the speed ghosts. To turn off the breaker. It turned on a light. Not a Moroi. Myling. We heard their footsteps from really far away. Oni. It did airball ghost events. That's not possible. Revenant. We got ghost photo, right? Didn't disappear. It found us when we were hiding in the bathroom closet easily, so not a yokai as well. Now it doesn't seem like it's faster or slower at all, so twins is off the table and Raichu as well. We checked for orbs. Oh. Oh boy. We need to smudge it properly. Oh! Really short? I was hoping to also look a little bit for Obake right there. I want you to stand up so we can do like a proper loop on the kitchen island. Is it just maybe when it touches these it just always fully opens them? Because that's weird. It's like fully opening all of them. This is a very sneaky ghost. We're having to work real hard for this one. There's the bone. My goodness, man. No wonder. Sneaky as fuck. Where did I put the photo cam? Was it on the table? Probably like panicked threw it on the ground somewhere. Oh, at the entrance. There it is. Very sneaky. You saw breath. Well, it couldn't have been that because the breaker was turned on and Hantu breath only works when the breaker is off. Plus, it wasn't like fast or slow based on the temperature. Okay, so right now, let's grab a few things and throw it in the middle. Or you know what? I'll smudge it here at 4:58:35. So, because that should have absolutely hit the ghost. Because it was right on top of me. 58:35, so we can test for spirit right here. Also grabbing just a bunch of random items to test for poltergeist, although that seems unlikely, but might as well do it. Very fucking stinky, moldy banana. Ugh! Why does it sound realistic too, man? That is exactly what that sounds like. Fuck you, CJ. Fuck you, man. Potato. That's exactly what my potatoes sound like. Bro, they're like all different fucking sounds. Hit the potato. What the fuck? Anywho, is it a spirit? It's been almost 2 minutes. Well, actually, no. It's been well, there we go. Please be crawling. Okay, it's just standing, not crawling. Footsteps just sound a little different on this floor, I think. It's not speeding up because I'm crawling. It's not throwing enough for a poltergeist. So it's definitely not an Obake, it's definitely not a poltergeist, and it has never been slow or fast, so it cannot be an Obambo. Spirit, it hunted way earlier. I think we haven't gotten any singing ghost events so far, right? But it could be a banshee. I think we're gonna grab the paramic here. Could also be oh, this might be classic. Yeah, we're gonna check for ghost surf as well. This could be classic Goryo. One of the things I always notice with Goryos is that they tend to do a lot of ghost events and interactions like away from the ghost room, and then they return back to the ghost room because they will never change their ghost room. But they do tend to, like, especially ghost events will be far away for some reason. I don't know, it's just something that feels like the Goryos tend to do a lot. But it could be Banshee. And we do have camera in here, right? We already checked for this, I think, but... I'm not seeing Orbeez. Still here. Okay, definitely not a shade! Definitely not a mimic. Banshee or Goryo gamers. Or maybe, I mean, maybe Yurei if the doors are different. That'd be crazy. I need to... So the singing does not... The sound it makes during the hunt has nothing to do with Banshee or not, by the way. If it sings during a hunt, that's not like a sign it's a Banshee. Or the opposite. Okay. This door still... I really want you to... I think I'm gonna like smudge it here. To make it more... a little bit more active, so we might get this door touch here. Or a Banshee scream, if possible. Banshee scream, or I'm just like gonna, I guess just say it's a Goryo. It what? Didn't it just whisper in the ghost room, but then it wasn't actually there? What the fuck? Brother! That's very Banshee-like. That's heavy Banshee Roam vibes. I'm gonna just smudge it. 350. 350. On the timer. Alright, let's see. I think this... it's like actually like so close between them. It could be both of them. Turn off the lights. Because we're getting... oh god, my mouse. We're getting kind of like overlapping behavior right now. Should be further away. I mean, it's clearly a female ghost model. It's Kim. Can't rule it out with that. Got everything right. We did get everything, so it's like the difference between a perfect game or not. Come on, if we can get that Banshee. That was such a suspicious roam, man. Right there, where it hunted from this room. And then it goes straight back to the ghost room. Let's see if it's too cold here. Now, before this used to be even worse. Oh! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think we can say it's a Banshee for sure. Let me quickly eat some sanity pills and use the mirror. I think it just changed ghost room. Which would be a dead giveaway. That's why the mirror is so useful. Against a Goryo. We need to have sanity pills or we're gonna get wrecked. Need to wait until I have at least 20%. Now I can check it. Please change ghost room so I can be certain about my choice. Yup! Okay, well that explains why I was hunting from there. So, well... so it's not a Goryo guaranteed. Now the question is... are doors bugged for Yurei or not on this map? I feel like we had this exact question before, but that was like literally the first day of playing on the new Tanglewood. And then we came to the conclusion that doors are bugged for Yurei on this map. But we haven't gotten another door touch. Like, every time I see a door though, like it's fully open. Right? It's so suspicious. But that one door touch was like... great. It's singing now? I'm just gonna have to go with It wasn't singing much before though, that's the thing. It wasn't doing many singing ghost events, this one. It's really just touch this door. This is, I guess, the one scenario where Tanglewood suddenly... oh. Oh! I mean, that's Yurei, exactly what a Yurei door touch would look like. So I guess I'm gonna have to go with Yurei then. So what the fuck happened with the door? Maybe they just changed it with these new doors? Like the new doors, they will always land... that's actually that makes Yurei so much harder. If that's what it is. I mean, it fully opened it, but I feel like maybe that was too fast. I mean, that was a really suspicious door touch, though. But we didn't have many singing ghost events? Am I really just gonna get trolled here? I mean... Have you ever seen a ghost do a door slam on a fridge? Is that a thing it can do? I'm just gonna... Let's just go with Yurei here and see the... I think we have seen enough to be able to educate ourselves either way. I've never seen a door slam, because that would have been an open door slam on a fridge door, which... Is that a thing? That's okay. So that's definitive proof that maybe on every map now, or definitely on Tanglewood, you can no longer use the speed of the door touch to figure out whether or not it's a Yurei. Because we had that door touch where it touched the basement door, and it very slowly opened it, but it did land fully open. So I guess that means now that as long as the door always fully opens, you can say it's a Yurei. So it's really important then to set them at 45 degrees. Because if you don't set them at 45 degrees, you get exactly what we just had, where you get like this very suspicious looking door touch for it not being a Yurei, and then you end up getting trolled. That's actually okay. Now this might just be something on Tanglewood, since this was not a thing before the Tanglewood rework. So it's either this is only a thing on Tanglewood, or this is something that is just now the case on every map. We're gonna have to do more investigations to figure that out. That's very sneaky. Is that that was not a believer win, unfortunately. That was a really hard game because of that very, very strange door touch that should have usually ruled out Yurei, but didn't because of the Tanglewood map, which, I mean, that's two examples we have now of the doors on Tanglewood working differently. So they're definitely different when it comes to Yurei. The question is just, is that on every map now, or is that only on abilities use 3? So this is different. Old Yurei was, if it used an ability, it would choose a door nearby and fully open or fully close most of the time the door. That's no longer how Yurei works. Yurei now instead just... Its ability is separated from the door touches. It will just use an ability sometimes where it will drain your sanity by, I think, around 13%. And every time it touches a door, it has different behavior now. So the door touches are just different for Yurei. So it's no longer like the ability count means how many times it touched the door. Which is definitely very confusing. Or something to keep in mind, I guess, if you're familiar with how it used to work like a year ago, because maybe even longer. It was tied to the ability back then, but not anymore. That's a bit of a thing with this game, is that they constantly keep changing. Well, not constantly, but there is every now and then like some behavioral changes that suddenly, like, if you stop playing for a while, you're suddenly very confused that things are different. Like, there was a time when Banshees couldn't change Ghost Room, for example. That's no longer the case. They can change Ghost Room again, so... that's confusing for sure. But yeah, as we said, so Yureis will always either fully open or fully close a door. But specifically on Tanglewood, do not consider the speed at which it does this, which is very interesting. Very interesting that that's a new thing there. I mean, it makes sense then that we saw all those things, right? Every single time it touched a cabinet door, they were fully opened. Why can't I open that one? They were fully opened all the way. Which I don't think it can touch these, can it? Maybe it can. I don't think so. They also don't make any fucking sound. It's so weird. What the hell, the door? Okay, it's in the basement, unfortunately. Can you give me a sign? Please be one of these. It's probably not. Oh, you're gonna be hallway. Can you do that? But you cannot do that? Interesting. Oh, wow. I swear it used to detect the temperature where you were pointing the thermometer. But maybe that's just never been the case. But now, like... It only matters, like, if I'm in this room, it counts the temperature in this room. And if I stand in this room, it counts the temperature in this room, even if I'm pointing it in the other room. I think that used to be a thing. That's a long time ago, though, probably. Just never noticed this, because it was such a niche little thing. There's also a very weird interaction with the spirit box. I think that's still in the game. Where if you drop the spirit box in a room, it will detect whether or not you are in the room with the ghost, and not whether or not the spirit box is in the room with the ghost. So, for example, if you throw a spirit box in a room, and then you stand in another room, and the ghost is in that other room, you can get a spirit box response from the spirit box that's like laying like a few meters away in another room. The only time this is really useful is if you want to record the audio of the spirit box, because then what you can just do is turn on the spirit box, throw it on the floor, and then walk around the room with the recorder in your hand. So you technically moving around the spirit box without actually moving the spirit box. So you have a higher chance to get a response. Now, obviously, you do have to be in range of the spirit box, like radius, which is actually pretty small, especially for the tier 1. But just a small little fun interaction. Video of the ghost, motion sensor, and EMF. Okay. Yeah, tier 1 stuff does suck pretty bad. Voice recognition, I mean, so if you're using, so this is actually a thing that I haven't talked about in a while. There's different voice recognition systems. System voice is like Windows, if you use Windows. You have text-to-speech, which is if you really can't make anything else work, you can always do text-to-speech. And then you have none. I don't know why you would do that. And then, wow! Wait. Wow, they made that confusing now. Is this the right setting? Is that what they're naming it now? That is so confusing. Okay, so I forgot what system this is. It used to just tell you what the system is, but there's a specific voice recognition protocol or whatever that they use if you set it to voice. And if you set it to system voice, it just uses your default Windows VOS, is that what it's called? Anyway, it just uses your default Windows voice recognition. The problem with the Windows voice is that if you ever alt-tab your game, it stops recognizing your voice. The way you fix this is by simply just pressing the Windows key twice. That's how I fix it. That's how, just the easy fix. You just open the Windows, you close it again. You can't see it because it's only recording the game right now, but it opens your window thing. That's it. Just press the Windows key twice, and then it hears you again. So that could be a fix for you. Obviously, you gotta, so in this situation, if you have it set to system voice, you need to really make sure, and I think even with VOS maybe, you need to make sure that your microphone is set to the correct microphone in Windows, not in the settings here. So this microphone is also completely wrong, by the way. This is my camera, which doesn't, this doesn't work, but it's fine. This is the microphone that's used for multiplayer. The microphone that's used for the ghost is the settings within Windows. So yeah, very confusing. What? Creepy. Oh, it's so creepy. I love that. That's why it's a shame that they're removing these mannequins from the maps that they're reworking. That's such a, like, quiet, creepy stuff like that is really missing in the new maps. Because the new maps are so loud and bombastic and, like, in-your-face type of scares. There's not many of these, like, sneaky type of scares. You turn off that thing? Can you give me a sign? I mean, I guess maybe they're so sneaky we haven't found them yet. Who knows? Tier 2 thermo is much better than the tier 1. I think it's fine. You just hold the button. 1 degree in here. Okay, well, anyway, we're yapping up a storm. We need to grab some actual evidence items so we can figure out this ghost. It's doing very little activity when we're in the ghost room. So yeah, Obambo. So Diane, by the way, so we talked about the Gallo already with the salt and the weird interaction. Diane is really easy. By the way, it's Herald, so it can't even be a Banshee or a Diane, so we don't have it here. But speaking of, it's just fast when you're moving next to it and slow when you're standing still next to it during a hunt. Now, it can also hunt earlier when you're moving, which is basically always, unless you just go AFK at the keyboard, you'll always be moving at least a little bit. So it can hunt at, I think, 60 to 65, something like that, early. So it can hunt really early if you're moving, so it's just an early hunter. And when you're standing still, I think it hunts at 45%, which is just such a weird amount, but yeah. So it hunts a tiny bit later if you're standing still. Oh, hello there. Steps in the salt. I'm trying to get the other one. Okay, 4 seconds have passed, so now if it steps in the other salt, we know it cannot be a Galu. Let's place this down. So Diane is the easy one. Like, I've never been really confused by a Diane thinking it was another ghost. I think the sneaky one is Obambo. This one has, it will either be faster or it will be slower. And it will be swapping between fast and slow every around 2 minutes. Oh. It's not a Galu. So it can very easily mimic, like a lot of, it can mimic the twins easily. You can think like, oh, now it's slow, and then the previous hunt it was fast, so it must be the twins. It can mimic a Hantu if like the temperature is warm and it's slow. You might be like, oh, it's a Hantu, easy, and then it ends up being an Obambo. Like these, because it can be both fast and slow, unrelated of like where the twins it's just a 50% chance to either be fast or slow. With the Obambo, it's swapping between them. It can mean that you get trolled to think that it's like the twins or Hantu or something, even like a Moroi, where you get it to be slow when you're like at 40% sanity, which means you like a Moroi would be slightly slower when you're around 40% sanity, and then you get a hunt at 0% sanity, suddenly it's really fast, and then you think, oh, it's a Moroi, but no, it's actually an Obambo, because it's like a coincidence ghost. If it gets lucky, it can really troll you pretty badly. And it's really easy to get trolled that way because, like, I've learned so much to, like, one of those instances of, like, oh, I got a really good confirmation of, like, it was fast and then it was slow. It's the twins. I have to, like, remind myself, oh, now there's a separate option, which is Obambo. Because Obambo will be swapping between fast and slow. It's literally all it does, by the way. It's a simple ghost, but because of its simple design and like, the way that it's implemented, it actually starts to kind of feel like a bunch of other ghosts. Blew out the candle while I was in the room. So it shouldn't be a shade, but it's kind of inactive right now, so who knows. Anyway. So the Obambo is the ghost of someone never properly laid to rest. Fickle and defensive, it flickers between states of calm and aggression. The only part here that matters is the last one. It flickers between states of calm and aggression. Strength is, while aggressive, the Obambo is quicker to start hunting. I think it starts hunting at around 60% sanity. I actually need to, like... There's just so many sanity ranges now that I keep, like, getting them confused. And I was used to the previous sanity ranges, but now there's, like, new sanity ranges included, and I'm confused. It's 65%? Oh, yeah. The crazy part is this one. Yeah, while calm, the Obambo is slower to start hunting and easier to track. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. And this is... If it is slower in this phase, it can only start hunting at 10%. So I guess it's never going to feel like a Moroi then, because it will never be hunting slow while you're at 40% sanity. Just slammed the door. What the fuck? Which is actually that's very interesting. So it can kind of feel, in that way, it can also feel like a shade a little bit sometimes. Like, sometimes you'll get like, it'll not hunt for a really long time, because if you're, like, above 10%, it's really easy. Calm Obama was 45? Okay, well now I'm getting... It's very important. Is there information on the wiki on this? I don't know, because I just don't... I would have to test. I haven't found an Obambo in a while. Obambo... Asmo wiki. Is that a thing? Is it the... No, it is 10%. It is, according to the wiki, which I'm assuming is correct, it is 10% and 65. 10 and 65. So I'm gonna trust the wiki. I think the wiki gets its information from the, like, official... There's also an official guide in the Phasmophobia Discord that's maintained by the developers themselves. So it should be in there as well. That's probably where they get the information from. CJ doesn't know these things most of the time because he doesn't design the ghost behaviors directly. He actually does quite a bit of the ghost design, but the, like, nitty-gritty details like that, he doesn't always decide. That's like more of a DK or Lavender type of thing. Oh. Yeah, 65-45 is for Dian. That's the one I remember. That's the one I actually tested, like, very thoroughly. I mean, I could rewatch my own videos because we did some pretty solid testing on this. Except the Obama. The Obama was very confusing when we did it because I didn't realize it had such sneaky behaviors. So the weakness, not hunting until 10% sanity, is kind of crazy because that means it will only basically ever hunt, at least until you're genuinely 0% sanity. It will only hunt in its aggressive state, which means you're just permanently gonna have a fast ghost. So this also means what can happen with the Obambo is that it can change its speed during the hunt, right? So this is a dead giveaway. If it's fast at first and then it changes to be slow, or the other way around, you know, and it has no other reason, like it's not because it's what the fuck? Did you just turn on the light after you turn it off and then you turn it back on? And then I turned it off because I tried to click at the exact same time as the ghost? What the fuck just happened? Excuse me? I'm assuming it just turned on the light, so it can't be a mare. That was really weird. Anyway. So yeah, it will basically only hunt when it's in its aggressive state and be really fast. Although it has the ability to swap forms during the hunt, which is really interesting. It'll suddenly become slow or sometimes suddenly become fast. However, you don't often see this, and I actually think I can reason out a rational or explanation as to why you almost never see the ghost or hear the ghost. Fuck. Change speed during the hunt as an Obambo. I think it's because if you're anywhere between the range of 10% and 65% sanity, right? That means that it will never hunt. Good lord, it's just Ghost is trying to get a lot of attention right now. Oh, that didn't work because of course it didn't, because the shit is fucking busted as all hell. That means it will not hunt while it's in its shy state because you're not below 10% sanity. But as soon as it swaps to the aggressive state, it's basically like you swap to being instantly at 0% sanity because you instantly can be hunted because you're within the range of the ghost. So it's very quickly gonna start hunting when it shifts to aggressive, which means that it'll be in the start of the 2-minute window when it starts hunting. So you'll not see it swap to its slow phase because it's still like, it has 2 minutes of being fast and it's gonna hunt you right away because as soon as it swaps, you're instantly in range to be hunted. So very soon after it'll start hunting, and then after the hunt is over, it will eventually swap, but you won't be noticing that during the hunt. So you need to get a very specific situation for it to actually change speed during the hunt. Or what can happen... My goodness, this ghost is talking. What the fuck? Is it gonna work this time? Let's see. That better fucking work, I swear to God. Okay, there we go, finally. So you very often don't get to see the ghost change speed during a hunt when it's an Obambo. Oh, the Manic is there now, what the fuck? So creepy. What is my sanity, bro? I feel like I must be low sanity. I guess I was standing in the light. But I've been yapping up a storm without very, very little happening. Okay, yeah, I was standing in the light. That's why. Let's grab some smudgies. Actually, one smudgy is fine. And then this is the sneakiest thing, but it's actually extremely useful. But it's so hard to notice that if you have an Obambo and it's in its fast state, the hunts will be 20% shorter, which is an extremely... I really love that ability. It's such a fun ability. This is for the Obambo, yeah. Because you will... It's like the thing... You won't notice it unless you're paying very close attention to it. So it's something that's like hiding in plain sight, which I really enjoy as types. Like, I really enjoy when ghosts have abilities that are kind of hiding in plain sight. Like, for example, the Oni blinking. When I don't pay attention to the Oni blinking, I will often miss it. Because, like, you don't really... Unless you're actively paying attention to it, it doesn't really, like, stand out that the ghost is very visible. Unlike the Phantom, where it's immediately obvious, okay, I cannot see this ghost fucking at all. Like, obviously, this is a Phantom. It doesn't work the other way around, which I think is kind of interesting. So yeah, if you get a hunt and that suddenly, like, lasts a lot shorter, you know, okay, wait, that is actually an Obambo. If it's fast, then the hunts are slower. That's, like, another neat thing you can do. And besides that, like, if you get these really weird bouts of aggression and then long periods of nothing, that's also a really dead giveaway for the Obambo, but that's also kind of like a shade. So that's why I love the Obambo so much, because it really can set you on the wrong foot, where you start tunnel visioning, thinking, oh, this is a shade, oh, this is a spirit, because it's not hunting and I just smudged, even though that has nothing to do with it this time. Because what can happen, for example, with I've been trolled thinking it's a spirit. Spirit is kind of hard if you got a hunt. If you get a hunt and you hear that it's slow or fast, you should immediately know it's not a spirit. But like sometimes you smudged it outside of a hunt, or you just, I don't think this is Onryo, by the way. Or you're just at really low sanity at this point, and you're like, wait a minute, it's still not hunting. Must be a shade, but then it could just be an Obambo in its shy state. Now, it does change pretty fast between these. Like, every 2 minutes, I think, is the number. It will change between these states. So you're not going to have really long times of no aggression. But still, the like, confusing nature to the Obambo leads to you, like, kind of trolling yourself. Which I think is what makes it so fun. This ghost is fucking weird. This ghost is like doing very little right now. It did an airball, right? So it's not an Oni. I think we're just gonna... It's not this guy either. I think we're just gonna use the music box because this is ridiculous right now. Alright, we only have one. Oh, fuck you. Not a Jinn? Maybe it's an Obambo right now. Who knows? That would be interesting. Dude, that would be so good if it's an Obambo right now. I just want to quickly check my sanity to see if there's anything crazy going on. Also, I need to swap the lighter. I'm almost out of matches, bro. I mean, the aggressive could have already hunted now, but anyway. Typhon, thank you for the Prime. Alright. Sounds like normal speed. Wait, is that a yokai? It didn't immediately follow me. Let's see. Yeah! Well, it's a beautiful yokai example. You see how it's walking by with my flashlights on? Just walking back and forth. It doesn't detect your equipment until it's right next to you. So, very clear yokai right there. Which I guess because I wasn't... No, I'm pretty sure yokai... It's a miracle I haven't been hunted yet, because I was the loudest motherfucker in that basement the whole time. I was yapping nonstop about Obombos. And for some reason it didn't hunt yet. That's interesting. Anyway, get me out of here. Easy yokai. I don't know if we did all the objectives. Probably didn't. If there was a hunt objective, I didn't do that one just now because I wasn't. The ghost didn't see me. Motherfucker! Alright, it's a bunch of bullshit objectives. Get me out of here. I'll take the yokai. Thank you very much. So I do really like that they're introducing these ghosts that are still obvious if you're paying attention, but have overlap with other ghosts. I think that's a good way to kind of like nerf hunting, like figuring out the ghost during a hunt, because figuring out the ghost during a hunt is an extremely powerful thing that once you like get pretty good at it, you can like half the ghosts you can instantly know with one single hunt, which is still the case. Like once we get more used to Obambo and Galu, it's gonna be much less likely that we'll get fooled by them, but at least for now they're still like kind of putting up a fight. All right, we're gonna go to Edgefield. But we do need to spin the wheel again, because unfortunately we did not get a win. Oh, heavy rain. Spirit. Let's see, what do we get? Oh, you motherfucker. That would have been so sick. What do we got? We got Mary, so it could be Diane or a Banshee. Let's see it. Fun fact, guys. I tried to install a game on my gaming computer, and I was out of space. I had 1.5 terabytes of games installed on my gaming computer, because I had never, since I bought it, I had never uninstalled a single game. So I had 320 games installed. And that's only the Steam games. We play a lot of itch.io type games too. Did I just hear dirty water for a second? So I made some space. Hello, Bone. And that, I mean, I actually don't know what the first number was, because I already installed a few games before I looked at the total number of games, so it was probably even more. I don't know the exact number. Anyway, that's a lot of games. I freed up like 1 terabyte, but I had to click so many. Good lord. Thought I heard something upstairs, but maybe I just trolled myself. I think I trolled myself. Downstairs, maybe? Oh, I did hear dirty water, but it was as I was walking on the stairs. There we go. Okay, it just touched the door, but it didn't. So now the question is that all that it fully opened the door? Could that also be a Yurei on the map like this? Like, I don't know. That's gonna make that, if this is a consistent change across all maps, then, because that before would be, we will be able to rule out Yurei right there. Like that would be not a Yurei. So I'm gonna just roll with that for now, and we'll see what it ends up being. But if they've actually changed it, that the speed is now variable when it comes to the Yurei ability, that's like a really big buff to the Yurei. Like, I really hope not. Because I was really happy that Yurei's was an easy thing you could figure out with like one single door touch. Because they used to be so fucking annoying. If they're once again super annoying, I'm gonna be losing my mind. Can you give me a sign? Okay, we got very cold and dirty water in there. Oh, come on, man. Give me the video. You're such a bitch. Could be Hantu. So did already, well, actually no, the breaker was off already by default, right? So. Hello, buddy. So we're gonna grab a candle. Holy thunder. This salt candle. Yeah, the trailer. Could be a spirit or a wraith. Because it's dirty water. They used to... I mean, it goes to show, it gives away that originally dirty water was planned as an evidence, but they took that out, obviously. But they still left it in the trailer, which is hilarious. What? Oh, maybe it's kitchen. Is this bugged right now? Now it fully smacked the door. What is happening? Why is it cold in all these rooms? The breaker is clearly on. I guess it hasn't been on for that long, to be fair. Very weird. There's like 3 rooms that are currently at exact ghost room temperature. There's a question which one's gonna stay at that temperature. This one's going up to 7 now. And that's why you always gotta set it at a 45-degree angle, because you might just get that exact thing. Hey, turn on the light, no mare. Thank you very much. Alright, buddy. Give us Obambo. I'm gonna put... Blew out the candle right there. Interesting. Spirit, maybe? Hello. Come on. You're not stepping in the salt, buddy. You're not helping me here. I might need to bring more salt. It might not actually be in that room. Well. We need salt, salt. Sound recorder, photo. Let's see if that works out. Lucy, thank you for the 18. Ah, so that is a guaranteed not Yokai. So it touched the door, it was going open, and it was left at this, so we can actually properly fully rule out Yokai. Nice. Okay, it's throwing shit at me. So actually don't. So that was too close together, I think. Please don't step in the other salt right now. It should be enraged now. So if it steps in that 4th salt, it's gonna be... Ah, there we go. No Galu. Very nice. We need to put candle over there. Oh, second blowout for potential Onryo. Can you give me a sign? Knock on the window. 64, yes. On my gaming PC. On my streaming PC, I think I only have 32. I play Phasmo on my streaming PC, by the way. That's the only time I don't use my gaming PC, because I just have all my, like, stats and stuff set up, and I think some of... I don't know if this gets lost, actually, if you play it on a different computer. I don't think it does, but anyway. It's just easier with the wheel spins and stuff. Can you blow out the candle for the 3rd time, please? There's a reason for 2 PCs. When you play indie horror games, you are signing up for a Wild West of... What the fuck? Is that quiet? Is it done? Oh no, not yet. Oh god. Okay, it's gonna be done now. When you play a bunch of random indie games made by like one guy, who does not like do any optimization or testing whatsoever, you encounter games that'll like fucking run like absolute dog water. Actually, it's not even that necessarily. It's games that are programmed to like eat up your entire computer. Like some games will use like 100% of your GPU. So if you try to do anything at the same time, like watch a video or record or live stream, you completely bottleneck the live stream because the game is like, well, I'm the only thing that matters here. Ay, ay, ay! Bro, that's so aggressive. Is that it? So that's why I had to do a streaming PC, because every now and then we would find a game where you couldn't do frame limiting, so you can't make it so that the game, like a lot of the time a game runs at like 1,000 FPS and you don't notice because you're fucking playing it and you are not doing anything at the same time. But when you're trying to stream and a game starts running at 1,000 fucking FPS, eating up your entire GPU like it's nobody's business, it's gonna be very noticeable for the people watching the stream. Or it'll do it like, sometimes these are things you never notice when you're like playing it yourself. Sometimes a game will run at like 1,000 FPS while in loading screens, for example, and you will never notice this unless you're trying to stream. Excuse me. Is this ghost is something from back here, right? Actually, it can't be. What the fuck is going on, bro? It's in such a weird range right now. Bro, taking a shit on the toilet, but the red lights are on. Spooky shit. Ah! It's normal speed, though, is the thing. What is this stupid as fuck ghost, bro? Can you ever find me? Jesus Christ. Finally. Uh-oh. Okay. I smudged it at like 4720 here. We should do like a looping test and stuff, because this is honestly like very strange behavior. Like interacting in a huge range, not really fast or slow. Very aggressive, but not using it. Like very aggressive, but not using the crucifix ever. Like, how the fuck is it done? I know the tier 1 crucifix sucks butt, but like, are you kidding me, man? Even in like 4 hunts, it hasn't managed to stop a single one. You fucking kidding me? Absolutely useless. No, it should not be able to be Uri unless they literally just took out the ability. But I don't think that's what happened. Bro, this ghost is insane, man. Jesus. Dirty water going on over there. Actually, like a banshee or something? Should be on 90 seconds and like 5 seconds here. Hello? Should be able to. Okay, well, definitely not a spirit. not a poltergeist. It's not fast. Well, like, it is fast, but it's not fast by default. It's just line of sight speed up. Okay, so that rules out a ton of ghosts. It's also not an Oni, Phantom, Poltergeist. That's what we ruled out right there. I think that should have also ruled out Jinn and Myling. I need to turn off this sink because it's kind of tripping. How has it not worked? It cannot be a demon, or it's like actual Houdini over here. Escaping the crucifix like a damn professional. It can't be, right? No way. I mean, all of these ghosts, like, there's so many ghosts we can rule out, of course. Obama was never faster or slower. Wraith. It did hunt in the same room with me, right? Obake. Didn't it just turn off a breaker? I thought it turned off the breaker once. Yokai had found me easy. Spirit, Raichu. I guess we should grab some more candles, maybe? Maybe it's like a weird Onryo or something. Alright, let's keep an eye on those. I think it's like technically back here. Like in this room. Oh, there's another smudge. Let's see though. Let's see if anything changed. 11. Oh, did it? I'm gonna run out of matches. I need to swap these out. I only got 2 more matches. That's a little dangerous. At least with the tier 1 igniter, you can see when it's about to run out. Because the tier, I mean, I guess it should never. You should never have the lighter turn off, but or run out. I think technically the lighter tier 2 can run out of fuel, but you have to like have it be on for like 5 minutes or something. Okay, it used a crucifix. It did blow out a candle before that. Wait a minute. And it turned on the light. So it's not a mare for sure. We already knew that. I need to move. Didn't I have another crucifix? Guess I didn't have it in the house. There it is. Oh boy. Don't do it. Hey, bitch, don't do that. It's so slow to light this. Wait, it blew it out. It's an Onryo after all we've been through. Excuse me. Wow. So Onryo can blow out the same. It's the only ghost that can blow out the exact same the exact same candle within a 20-second window. So easy, I guess. GG. Onryo, you've been had. Bada bing, bada boom. Sneaky ghosts today. We also had sneaky ghosts when we were doing the No Evidence, No Sanity weekly today. They're trying to trip me up, but not with the new ghost, but we did, like I explained all the stuff about how the new ghost can trip you up, which I think, I mean, let me know how you've been fooled by the new ghost, because I can't be the only one that keeps continually being fooled by these guys, especially because they don't show up. Like, they don't show up, and then suddenly you get one of the new ghosts, and you get, like, forcefully reminded that you need to keep them in mind at all times. Anyway, I always enjoy playing some No Evidence. Hope you did as well. Watching it over on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And if you want to join the Love the Gamer share and chat, you can join us over at twitch.tv/Instagram. The link in the description down below. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.